All right. Okay, welcome everybody to this webinar. My name is Charles Nebeze, and I'm with the Center for Excellence in Mining Innovation. And we're based out of Sudbury, Ontario, Canada. And it is with great pleasure today that I want to introduce you to the team from ColdBlock and Nucomat, who are going to give us a presentation. But before we jump into the presentation, I want to give you some housekeeping rules. So first thing is, if you would like to ask a question, please kindly type in your question into the chat box area. And what we will do is, right after the presentation, we will read out your questions and answer them live right here on this webinar. And also, we'd like to let you know that at the conclusion of this webinar, we're going to be sending a copy of the recording of the webinar and also a copy of the presentation slides to all of you, so you'll have those. So don't feel the need to write everything you're seeing on the slides, because you'll have those slides in your inbox shortly. Okay, so without any further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Nick from ColdBlock, and he will introduce the rest of the team. Go ahead, Nick.
Yes, thank you, Charles. And hi, everyone. My name's Nick Kuriluk. I'm the CEO of ColdBlock Technologies. And on behalf of our team at ColdBlock and our automation partner, Nucomat, I thank the Center for Excellence in Mining Innovation for hosting this webinar. We also thank all of the participants who are joining us today, where we will be elaborating on our collaboration to integrate the ColdBlock Digestion technology with Nucomat's automation system. So this is what brought us together. As we all know, sample preparation methods and processes can be problematic. Today's environment calls for a powerful solution to address these challenges faced by laboratories. The call for these solutions to address these challenges, they have escalated in 2020. There is a need for technologies that deliver an exceptional ROI, higher workplace safety, an improvement of laboratory efficiency, while achieving high accuracy and precision with analytical measurements. For context, we are addressing what is in the box of this illustration here at the bottom of this slide. And we will present to you how you can save time and operational costs while achieving higher safety and addressing the environment. And the volume, and we hear this loud and clear as manufacturers, it's being turned up for achieving a higher ROI with technologies that offer an affordable capital expense, lower operational expenses, while achieving a higher level of workplace safety and reduced environmental impact. While our collaboration started in 2014, in the last few years, the market was evolving in a way where we could no longer ignore the need for integrating our proven technologies. This year, we catalyzed our efforts to integrate ColdBlock Digestion technology with Nucomat's liquid handling automation system. We recognize today that there are some new participants in this webinar. So for the balance of this presentation, we will provide you an orientation of our respective technologies and how they will be integrated. Let's start with ColdBlock. ColdBlock Digestion, it's differentiated from other acid digestion technologies. It's the first to use focused shortwave infrared radiation and a cooling zone to dissolve solid matter into solution for multi-element analysis. The shortwave infrared heating mechanism superheats the sample particles directly, and the cooling zone is essential to promote a condensation effect to minimize the escape of vapors created by this rapid heating and digestion process. We are an R&D focused organization on method development, and we collaborate with academia, with government, as well as with industry. And here is a snapshot of several publications showing the accuracy and precision for the recovery of elements that includes large sample size gold, base metals, rare earth elements, and contaminated soils and sewage sludge. We recognize Dr. Ian Brindle, Professor Emeritus of Chemistry at Brock University, who did this pioneering work. You can see here the consistency of the recovery of elements and the precision across the different applications. The digestion rates in these studies were approximately 10 to 15 minutes. And as an alternative to fire assay for gold analysis, the use of lead was eliminated. And for base metal applications, there was no use of dangerous reagents such as perchloric acid or hydrofluoric acid in the digestion process. With respect to the ROI achieved with the technology, Dr. Matthew Laybourne, Associate Professor of Geochemistry at Queen's University, published these exciting findings at the 2019 Canadian Mineral Analysts Conference, and he presented this on behalf of Amira Global. Amira Global brought together 5 industry leaders in the mining and minerals space who compared ColdBlock to the traditional fire assay method for gold analysis in a real world setting. They examined and compared the capital costs and the operational costs that you can see here on the left, and they extrapolated these costs over a 5-year period. On the right-hand side, you can see the cost savings that were achieved with ColdBlock for gold applications, ranging from $840,000 to $2.4 million over the 5-year period. The average costs was 1.9 million, or a reduction in, of 50% compared to their current costs. And this was across the 5 companies. And this is based on processing an average of 170 samples per day. Any lab that processes more than 170 samples per day is expected to achieve a higher ROI because most of the cost savings were achieved through labor cost reductions. The Amira Global project confirmed that as an alternative, for example, to fire assay for gold application, we can substantially reduce lead waste and improve workplace safety by reducing the handling of reagents and reducing the consumption of energy required to operate this technology. These results demonstrated a sustainable solution that is aligned towards the 3 pillars of ESG, including environmental through less dangerous reagents, social through less handling of reagents, and governance through a less costly approach. So as mining companies and laboratories are setting their ESG targets, we are focused on stepping up the benefits and ROI of our technologies through an automated solution by further reducing the need to routinely handle acids, increasing speed, and reducing operator error and variability. Now, I would like to hand this off over to Michael van de Steen from Nucomat, who will introduce their company and provide you an overview of the compact sample preparation automated unit that will be integrated with ColdBlock. Michael, I hand this off to you.
Thank you, Nick, and hi, everyone. I am a member of the board at Nucomat, as well as the lead software engineer. Before going into details, I want to first introduce Nucomat very briefly and frame our compact sample preparation unit. Nucomat provides automated solutions for laboratories with a focus on sample preparation. These systems are tailor-made in partnership with our customers to fit their specific needs across multiple sectors. Looking at applications in mining, we see laboratories are actively looking for automated solutions. When they see a demonstration of the technology, we frequently get feedback like, "This is amazing. This would help us so much." But when it comes down to it, the risk and cost of a tailor-made solution place it out of range for a lot of labs. To lower this barrier to automation and increase adoption, we're launching an off-the-shelf automated solution for common sample preparations at a lower price point. Today, we're happy to present this new solution, the Compact Sample Preparation Unit, or CSVU in short. As the name suggests, it's a compact form of Nucomat's automation technology. We have looked at the most frequently used sample preparation techniques and have combined those in a compact standard product. Thanks to this, we can provide it at a lower price point while retaining the proven reliability of our tailor-made systems. Now, let's have a look at the features of the CSVU. CSVU provides accurate and fast dispensing of up to 4 reagents, which is enough for most applications. It has been designed from the ground up for resistance to concentrated acids, leveraging Nucomat's experience in this area. We have integrated ColdBlock technology, allowing automated digestion after dispensing. At the end of the sample preparation process, the samples can optionally be made up to mass. And all of this can be configured in an easy-to-use interface, enabling a process of entering raw samples into the unit and removing prepared samples ready for analysis. Additionally, the CSVU improves safety by avoiding operator contact with reagents. Manual manipulation of hazardous chemicals is no longer required thanks to an automatic refill system from bulk containers. In terms of accuracy, the process is validated gravimetrically, yielding higher accuracy than traditional volumetric approaches. Finally, the unit can be operated using a web interface or through simple push buttons on the unit. Support for multiple reagents is modular. The base unit provides the complete feature set with 1 reagent. Depending on the sample preparation, up to 3 additional reagent modules can be installed for a total of 4 reagents. During the design process, we focused on enabling installation of these reagent modules by lab technicians. The result is the ability to add extra reagents at any time, up to a maximum of 4. The CSVU is accurate and fast, capable of dispensing 5 milliliters in 24 samples within 30 seconds. The accuracy is within 20 milligrams, as can be seen on the displayed graph. In terms of digestion, by integrating ColdBlock's technology, the CSVU features shorter digestion times than conventional hot plates, as well as excellent accuracy as proven in the P1196 Amira project. Together, these dispensing and digestion technologies provide unparalleled speed and accuracy in this price class. Safety is a major concern in all workplaces, but especially so in lab environments with the use of chemicals. Therefore, the CSVU has been designed to completely shield the operator from the unit during operation. Safety sensors are placed on the covers to ensure the CSVU can only operate in safe conditions. If a cover is removed, the unit is automatically stopped. Additionally, an emergency stop button is provided to immediately halt operation if necessary. In summary, the automated operation is completely safeguarded. That's great, but you might argue similar concerns exist in handling the reagent supply. That's why we've included an automatic refilling feature in the CSVU. Instead of needing to manipulate reagents in the lab, it can operate using a bulk container located outside. A balance is placed underneath the integrated reagent container to perform level detection and prevent overfilling. The unit will refill automatically when necessary and can continue operating until the bulk reservoir is depleted. At that time, an error will be reported in the interface so the operator can take appropriate action. All of these great features come together in our programmable interface. It allows configuration of specific sample preparation methods. Here, we have an example of a relatively simple sample preparation. We're performing a dispense action followed by digestion. From there, the samples are left to cool before finally being made up to mass. You can leverage all the available features any way you like. If you want to do 20 dispense steps, great, you can do that. The intent here is to give you the ability to leverage the CSVU's capabilities any way you can imagine. There's virtually no limitation on the number of steps that can be performed. Another aspect to consider is accessibility and reporting. The CSVU comes with an integrated web interface, allowing you to access it from any device, a PC in the lab, a tablet, or even your smartphone. As long as the device is connected to the same network as the CSVU, you can access it. In the interface, you'll be able to view real-time operations. This includes which step of the sample preparation is currently executing, but also a visual display of temperature and weight over time. I hope this gives you a short but good overview of the CSVU. And with that, I'll give the floor back to Nick.
Thank you, Mikhail, for that excellent overview.
You're welcome.
In summary, our integrated technologies designed to deliver substantial benefits. This includes a substantial cost reduction in sample preparation processes as demonstrated by Amira Global, while achieving elevated workplace safety and elevated productivity and efficiency. For those organizations who would apply the technology for gold application specifically, there's the added benefits of eliminating lead waste and eliminating lead contamination to workers. So the integrated product is there to save time and operational costs while achieving higher safety and addressing the environment. For those of you who wish to contact us, we would be very happy to work with you to determine your ROI. We do this free of charge. Jim Brown, who's an expert in our organization, would work with you to determine the impact on your organization through savings of time and cost savings. So please take advantage of that if you are interested to learn more. Secondly, if you wish to access the technology, there are two ways in which you can do so. First is we are implementing the next Amira Global project. This is a Q2 product deliverable, and there are many benefits in participating in this global project that includes being on the forefront of technology adoption and also taking advantage of a highly discounted product due to the, based on the funding that we received from the Ontario government, who is supporting us on this initiative. And this project also allows all participants to network on methods and access to the pooled data. Finally, in this project, we will be generating the technology and economic assessments that will demonstrate the impact to the organization in the context of time and cost savings, as well as workplace safety. So for anyone who's interested in the Amira project, please contact Jim Brown or Terry Braden, who is the program manager at Amira. You can also work with us directly. You can contact either Mikhail, who just gave his presentation at Nucomat, or Jim Brown at the contacts that you see here, and we'd be happy to discuss the technology with you. And that really brings me to the end of the presentation. On behalf of Nucomat and the ColdBlock team, I want to thank you all for participating. I also want to thank SEMI for hosting, and a big congratulations to SEMI and Amira, who recently announced their collaboration on an international agreement. So congrats, Charles, Doug Morrison, and Jackie Coombs. We are now happy to take any questions that you may have.
Thank you very much, Nick, and thank you, Mikhail, for the presentation. And also thank you very much to Nick for mentioning the Amira-SEMI relationship, which we're very pleased about as well. Okay, so just jumping right into the questions. I did get a message on my private message here, and the question is, you mentioned sewage sludge in one of your slides, and the question is your technology also available for the municipal services?
It can be, but so our technology is available. It can be purchased and placed in any laboratory as long as they have a fume hood or a system that is enclosed, similar to the Nucomat system that you see here. maybe I can ask for a little bit more clarity on that question.
Okay. Let's see if it comes through. All right. The next question, Nick, is again, thank you for the presentation. There was a comment made that ColdBlock could replace lead used in fire assay. So the person that asked the question is interested to hear more about that, since it wasn't clear to them how it could be replaced.
So is Kirill online? Would you like to answer that, Kirill? Otherwise, I would be happy to answer that. I'll take the question. Our methods for dissolving rock samples to assay gold often requires the use of aqua regia, which is a 3-to-1 ratio of nitric and hydrochloric acid. We also use the inverse ratios of those two acids. So this is most commonly used. It's in fire assay, it's not uncommon that lead is used as part of the process to analyze gold. So our methods are very different, and it is an acid digestion technology that usually requires the use of aqua regia versus any other processes, such as the pyrometallurgical process of fire assay that may use lead as part of the process.
Sure. Thank you for that answer, Nick. Next question is from Ross, and the question is, are there any commercial applications of the technology today, and who's using the system?
So good question. Well, those are two different questions, one for Nucomat regarding their automation systems, and one for ColdBlock. Maybe we can both answer that question. Since I'll start first, we have sold our product to 13 countries, more than 13 countries around the world, and we're growing. Our ColdBlock is applied to different industries, including mining and minerals, metals and alloys, agriculture, and food. And yes, we have our product is used by commercial laboratories and as well as industry labs, such as mining laboratories in various countries around the world. Michael, would you be able to expand on Nucomat's reach with your automation systems?
Yes, definitely. So on the Nucomat side, the product we're launching today is actually based on a prior product that we call the mini dispenser. It's a single acid digestion system without, single acid dispensing system without included digestion. This has been in the field already for a few years, going back to 2013, I believe, where we also have installations in South America, among others. And looking at the broader portfolio of the Nucomats automated solutions, we have installations in South America, as I mentioned, also North America, Russia, South Africa. So they're very widespread in various industries, including several mining companies and commercial laboratories working on mineral samples. So I hope that clarified the Nucomat side of the equation.
Okay. All right, thank you very much for that answer. Another question that I have here is there any video or that shows a complete digestion with both systems?
We don't. So the ColdBlock, we do have videos demonstrating digestions of various materials on YouTube as well as on our website. We have examples of dissolving various alloys as well as iron. There's a really good example on YouTube with iron. And the digestion process, it works the same whether it's in the Nucomat system or outside of the Nucomat system. So any digestion video that you would see, it would be the same digestion process that would be captured in the Nucomat automated system.
Thank you, Nick, for that answer. Next question here is how robust is the Nucomat unit to acid corrosion? Can it dispense hydrofluoric acid?
Yeah, I can take that question. I think it's best to refer this to our experience that we have currently. So the CSVU that we're presenting today is based on our existing technology. We're classifying it at a lower price point, but it's actually based on the same technology, the same components. So the reliability is comparable. And what we see in the field and in our experience is that our systems can go up to a lifetime of over 10 years. And that includes applications using HF, hydrofluoric acid. So yes, the CSVU is compatible, and corrosion resistance has proven to be very good.
Okay. All right, thank you for that answer, Mikhail.
Yep.
Right, another question we have here is, have you had success with ICP-OES systems for multi-element analysis?
Yeah, sorry, Laurie, are you here?
Checking.
Laurie, no, I knew Laurie may not be a bit. Laurie is our laboratory manager. We have our laboratory, or R&D lab, is outfitted with an Agilent ICP OES system, and we routinely perform multi-element analysis using the ICP OES.
Okay, thank you for that. The next part of the question is, the matrix must be high in dissolved solids. How would that fare for low detection limits?
Yeah, Kirill, are you on the line?
Okay, I'm almost Kirill's.
Yeah.
I think he is, but he's muted, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
Kirill.
Yeah, we in our all of the studies that we have published, our materials have ranged with 2 to 3 parts per million, right up to 7 parts per billion. And there are times where we would prefer to use an ICP-MS that would allow us to address issues such as interference. But either with the ICP-OES and with the ICP-MS, we are analyzing a range of materials that range in their from parts per million right up to parts per billion. And if you go to our resources section of our website, we demonstrate those applications on the website.
Thank you for that, Nick. And then Jonathan has another question, and the questions are there any plans for adding transfer to test tubes?
Yeah, I would say there, not at this time. So if we look at the CSVU feature set that we have today, is based on a subset which we believe covers a lot of the possibilities, but indeed it does not include a transfer step. If that is desired, it is definitely something that Nucomat can develop a solution for, but it would add on to the capabilities that the CSVU has currently, and is a bit out of scope due to the price range we want to keep it at.
Gotcha. Thank you for that answer, Mikhail. Another question I have here on private message is concerning maintenance and care for the unit. Could you comment on the requirements for maintenance and care? Yeah.
I can comment on the Nucomats side, and then maybe Nick, you can take the ColdBlock aspect.
Yep.
Yeah. So On the automation side, there will obviously be the general cleaning needed in case there would be some kind of spill. It's important to clean that up rather than leave it to get worse or corrode over time. Apart from that, there's a regular calibration required of the balances included in the system, as well as the dispensing mechanism. It works used by calibrating the flow of liquids, so that should periodically be repeated. And a final aspect is there is a robot axis included, and that needs to be lubricated periodically. But apart from that, it should be low maintenance. Nick?
Excellent. Yeah, I will. Charles, and just to let you know, Kirill is on, but he is not able to unmute himself because you have the unmute control. So if you could unmute Kirill and he can chime in regards to the maintenance for ColdBlock, we have no moving parts on our technology. We have in our next generation system, we're using PPFE corrosion resistant materials as well as coated metals and as well as ceramics to address corrosion resistance. I know that was a question asked before. There may be a requirement to change our shortwave infrared lamps. They have an approximate 5,000 hour usage on them, and that pretty well summarizes the general maintenance of the unit when you're using it.
Gotcha. Thank you so much, Nick. And folks, seeing that we are now at the top of the hour, I wanted just to respect everyone's time and thank you for coming onto this webinar. As I said earlier, we will be sending you a copy of the presentation slides and also a copy of the video so that you can rewatch it at your own leisure. And Nick and Michael, any closing words before we sign off?
Yeah, a big thank you. We're excited about this and we would love to work with you. So again, please reach out to us. We'd be happy to go through the ROI model with you. And also, if there are any other questions that you may have and we don't have the time today, please send us a note or Charles and we will reply very quickly. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick.
Yeah, well, I can't say it better than Nick. We're very excited about this, and yeah, thank you, everyone, I would say.
Awesome. All right, again, thank you, everybody. We will see you on the emails. Thank you. You take care.
Excellent. Thank you, Charles.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.